Some Devils. J-Dog back to answer more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today. First, I got an email submitted question. Knock that out first. And then the next video in line. And it's from, all the way there, he puts Andrew66 Bowline, YouTube user Johnny Brutal Riff, a.k.a. Fanny Bolin. Brutal Riff looks kind of familiar, but yeah, I can't say I really recognize the shit, though. But anyways, he sent this through email. Fuck yes. What's up, J-Dog? Coming at you with a 666 heavy metal order. It's the way I like it, bro town. Throw in one of those DSI stickers if you have any left. Will do, as long as you put in the special instructions, because this was in goddamn fucking email. So, as long as you put in special instructions. Otherwise, I'm not going to remember. Question 1. Did you ever get into making bootlegs like before you were doing official releases? Question mark. It's a big hobby of mine, and running a label interests me personally. Question 2. Well, I'll answer question number 1 first. Well, if you ask all the fucking goddamn Dick Tracys in the fucking metal scene, they accuse us of it all the goddamn time. Well, not so much anymore, they don't, but they sure as fuck did 15 years ago and stuff. And let's just be completely honest. Even if I was doing them, do you think I'm going to throw myself under the bus? Probably not, right? But the funny thing is, a lot of the guys that are accusing us of them, and it's very specific ones too, it's I would always laugh at them because I'm just like, dude, this just goes to show how out of the loop you are and fucking kind of a fucking poser. Because a lot of them, it was extremely fucking obvious who was doing them, and it wasn't us just because we carried them. Like, that made no sense to me too when people blamed us for releasing them because we had them in stock, and I'm like, so does all the other goddamn underground distros. Like, just go Google it. I've told that to a couple bands that contact us. I'm not going to say names on here because I don't want to fucking piss anybody off. But point blank, like, you have it in stock. I'm like, dude, literally, I'm not gonna hold your hand like I'm your fucking daddy. But I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Do a quick Google search, and you will literally see there's a bunch of other distros selling them. So what the fuck is that? So we're just one of them. So what does that have to do with anything? So that doesn't prove shit. And then, but in a lot of the early days of Hell's, there's a few people that are doing the most. Yeah, I'm aware of who was doing it. It wasn't us. Know who they were though. The people doing it. It's extremely fucking obvious, and I was just laughing like poser fucking thrower, getting upset and shit like that. I'm like, dude, fuck off, posers, man. And they're accusing us. I'm like, dude, the fact that you don't know who's doing this is laughable because you should know. It was not hard to figure the fuck out. The people in the loop knew. So that answers that, goddammit. But again, all the Dick Tracys, that they'll tell you that we are. But question 2, what's your favorite CD vinyl in your collection from California? You mean like fucking band that came from California? I never really thought. I don't know, Seven Churches? Probably that, right? My favorite from Ohio was Necrotic Disgorgement. Suffocated in shrink wrap. Love your channel. It helps with the monotony of the daily grind. Keep crushing Christ in the Wimpify tampon moments. That's a fucking slogan shirt right there. Crushing Christ and the Wimpify tampon boys since 1985. That'll be a goddamn J-Dog. Put in the goddamn thing in the sticker bin. Layla Lover, shirts on the fucking way. Not really, but possibly maybe. I'd wear that. How many of you would wear that fucking Crushing Christ and whatever, the Wimpify tampon boys, whatever it is since 1985. How many of you devils wear that goddamn t-shirt? Anyways, so that answers that. The next goddamn question in line is on the Steve Urkel Nerds buying death metal records, acceptable or not. 1.8K views 2 weeks ago, goddammit. 307 big ass fucking comments. First one on the bottom, Mr. Slorante. Thoughts on cassettes? Do you still have them, collect them? Answer that a million times. Not a fan, but if people are, we supply them. But I'm a vinyl / CD guy. Sewer Vomits, question J-Dog. Have you ever seen or heard of Celtic Warrior workouts? Nope, sure haven't. Again, a lot of this shit's reinventing the goddamn wheel. Just figure out the goal and figure out the best method for it. That's what kills me. Like, I always do. Like, I looked at physiques, Arnold Schwarzenegger, shit like that growing up. And then first pro bodybuilder outside that I stumbled across was Kevin Levrone. I'm like, that's what I want to look like with shit like that. So what do? You follow the guys that look like that. You don't follow guys that don't look like that. If your goal is just to be super fucking strong and move a fuckload of weight, follow power lifters and do what power lifters do. If your goal is to be a fucking strong man, follow strong man. Fucking learn from the best of them. If your goal is to be a fucking great fucking marathon runner or bike rider, follow them. CrossFit. Just figure out what your goal is, what you're trying to do, and follow the top dogs in that industry. So all those new things, Celtic and warrior workouts and fucking caveman work. Well, what? What the fuck are you talking about, man? So that's the way I always use it, anyways. So Mike Violet, J Dog, question: how much do you think the boys in Cannibal Corpse make each year? You know, what's funny is shit like that's the kind of stuff that I'm curious about, just out of just morbid curiosity, like you said. So, full disclosure here, don't know for sure yet. As I'm recording this, it's March 24th, 2023. Another show I might be going at, hold me the fuck to it, I got nothing purchased or anything like that, is the North Carolina Chainsaw Massacre Fest, or John McAtee's Fest, I think is what he calls it. What's he called? Carolina Massacre Fest? Chainsaw Carolina Fest? Whatever it is, the second one of doing it. It's in North Carolina. We looked it up. It's about a 7 hour drive for me. I'm thinking about going down specifically for the reason of he announced that Corpse Grinder is going to be there just hanging out. What I want to do is get an interview with him and talk to him and shoot the shit. That's my sole reason for fucking going. So I told Eric, because he talks to John all the time, he has his phone number. I don't have John's number. I can just maybe I maybe do that. It's probably the best way, right? Just call the middleman, get Eric any goddamn John's number, and I'll text him. Maybe I'll do that after I fucking finish this goddamn video. Um, Ideally, I want to for sure fist bump, fuck yeah, approval, bro. That I can get a interview with a Corpse Grinder, preferably before the show starts. Because my mindset, the way the flyer reads, is that he's just gonna be standing there in the middle of the not the middle of the crowd, but kind of like at his own little booth, and you go up to him, talk to him. He's gonna be there all goddamn night. So it's not that he won't. I would definitely meet him for sure, which I have met him before. But I don't want to have an interview during. And theoretically, I could get a quick interview right on the fly, but it's gonna be bands playing and shit all noisy. So what I'd like to do is a Friday and Saturday show. Ideally, drive down Friday, so I probably won't make this show. I'll get in my hotel Airbnb or whatever the fuck I ended up getting. Rest up, wake up fucking Saturday, get to the show about an hour beforehand, assuming Georgie Boy is gonna fucking be there, or wherever the hell he be, and get like an hour beforehand, either there or somewhere close on an interview, so that way it's nice and quiet. So don't come out like the goddamn Exhumed interview where people are bitching. I was like, dude, that's what I fucking had. And I had no goddamn microphones. And people were talking in the background. What was I supposed to do? And then they'll show, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't own the fucking place. I'm not the owner. Like, I'm working with what I got. So I kind of wouldn't want that. And, it'd be kind of a dream come true to have on camera, my introduction to George. Again, like I said, I kind of started this channel for kind of archiving my own life, my thoughts, putting my face and ideas out there, fucking leaving my thumbprint on this goddamn face of the earth. So another thing is, like 20 years later, or whatever the case may be, interview with fucking George. You know what I mean? I have it because when I met him a few times, but the very first time was in 2001, and I have my photo. So my idea is, if I get the fist bump, if I get the approval, John says, "Yep, good to go, bro." He says he's good. I will 100% go. If it's I don't know, bro, just get it on the fly. I would say 60% chance I'll still go. Feel it out. But my goal is to bring my original photo with George. If it was the Bloodthirst tours, either 2000, 2001. So I was 15 or 16 years old. Depends on which year it was. I think it was 2001. So it would have been 16. Bring that photo and bring up the Disney fucking World story when he was there and saw me and my two brothers. I don't know if you remember or not. Bring probably Vile on Picture Disc, because I have a bunch of my Cannibal Corpse CDs and LP signed, but Vile on Picture Disc wasn't out at the time, and that's my favorite thing he sings on. First death metal album I heard. Get a fucking scribble on the Vile Picture Disc now that it's out, and I haven't met him since it's been out. Motherfucking going up on the goddamn wall. And it's one of my favorite records of all goddamn time. Favorite thing with George on it, first death metal album I heard, and one of my favorite records ever, period. Definitely destroys goddamn boring ass fucking Paradise Lost and sends both poser thrower home on a stretcher. A lot of pink panty wearing fucking pussy boys going to come over here and say otherwise. That's cool. But I said it, goddamn it. Cannibal Vile sends all the bolt thrower home on a fucking stretcher. That's right. I said it, goddamn it. So that's the goal. Bring him a care package too. Bring him a CC fucking the Hell's Headbanger CC image t-shirt, sticker, comp. Not that he probably gives a fuck, but hey, fucking Corpse Grinder. He gets free shit, goddamn. So that's my goal. So I'll go to that. But anyways, get back to your goddamn question. It's funny because I'll probably make up like a small like cheat sheet of questions, just because I want to be authentic, but at the same time I was like, I want to be like, fuck, I forgot to ask this, and I kind of want to know. One of them is how much money do they make per year? But I wouldn't ask that. That's personal. You don't go and ask shit like that. That's why I love it when some random fucking stranger, fucking weirdo Joe, fucking Black Metal Joe, darkness and evil. He point blank asked me this. It kills me. Like, doesn't he know my first name at the time? I'm in a fucking show. He's like, does it take steroids to look like that? I'm like, dude, you're asking a perfectly fucking a stranger, a guy you don't even know his first fucking name, about illegal activity. Why would you go up and walk up and ask somebody that? To me, when people, again, unless you a bodybuilder trying to be a bodybuilder, you're trying to be educated on a topic, when someone walks up and asks stupid shit like that, it's literally the equivalent to me of you walking up and be like, hey, dude, did you have anal sex with your wife? It's kind of like, it's none of your fucking business, dude. Why the fuck are you asking me that? Cannibal Corpse, the same thing. It's none of my goddamn business, so I wouldn't ask that. But that is one of the things that crossed my mind, but it very recently, too. I am curious what they collect, just because I'm morbidly curious. Is it 100 grand a year? Half a million a year? If I had to make an educated guess, I could be completely wrong. I'm guessing it's around, each guy, they probably make about 100 grand a year, take home. That'd be my guess. Could be way less. George Rice says, little does he know, man. I make 30 grand a year. I'm a fucking broke ass bum. The wife makes all the bacon. Could be that, or he could be laughing too. 100 grand, dude. What am I, fucking bum? I'm half mil or better. Goddamn, depends how the sales are. So I don't know, but if I had a gun to my head, make the best guess I could, I would say, I don't know, 100K a year, 125, probably somewhere in that. So low six figures, that'd be my guess. But that would be a question I'm very curious. But again, I have common sense. I'm like fucking some of these dummies coming up asking random shit. Why would you ask me that? Like, none of your fucking business. So I wouldn't ask them that. Right at 2, Jada, question. Has anyone ever considered Morbid Angel 1986, Abominations of Desolation, as being a black metal record? Think about it. It's got all the makings of a black metal album, doesn't it? Back in the old days, all underground metal was labeled death metal. Cheers, brah. Yeah, I mean, you could kind of label it as either. I consider it a death metal record, but at the same time, that's where I could see the Athnars and shit getting annoyed with the fucking, what he calls the fucking goddamn rules. Um, because it's kind of like, dude, you know what I mean? It's great fucking metal. I mean, it wasn't that different than Bathory, and it wasn't that different than goddamn, let's say, Obituary Slowly Rot. You know what I mean? It was just, you had aggressive metal. So, either way, put it as what you like. But I just consider it a death metal album as far as we're right now. But want to consider black metal too? That's cool too. I don't think that that's an outlandishly fucking stupid statement. It sure as hell influenced a lot of fucking black metal bands, I bet you. That and Ultras of Madness, I guarantee there's a lot of fucking early black metal guys, like whether it been the Behemoths or whatever, the ones that started in like the early 90s. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if a lot of those fucking bands liked, Ultras of Madness and Abominations of Desolation. Hell, did Euronymous like those albums? He didn't rip on them on his fucking Dawn of the Black Hearts letter. He ripped on Deicide, Sepultura, Benediction, Napalm Death. Am I right on those? Those bands that he ripped on? Uh, So did he like? Yeah, I guess you know the answer. Did Euronymous like Morbid Angel, especially at like primarily Ultras of Madness and Abominations? I would think so. You know. See Kyle question marks the dog cue for you. Never heard anyone mention Bird Flesh in years. A lot of posers out there, bro. One of the greatest fucking black metal band. I mean, grindcore bands ever. As a whole, they're probably as far as just pure, just straight grindcore, not counting gore grind, etc. Just pure grindcore. Entire catalogs. I'd say Birdflesh is probably my favorite. Do I like it more than Napalm Death? As a whole, yeah, because nothing by Birdflesh do I dislike. There's albums by Napalm Death I think that suck balls, especially those goddamn 90s albums. And some of the albums I like Utopia Vanish and shit, that's not even grindcore. It's like a death metal record. Again, I do like it. So it's just pure grindcore. Their whole discography grindcore, and I like everything they did. I think, yeah, I'd say Birdflesh is probably my favorite goddamn band, that category. But yeah, dude, because it's that. Here's the thing, dude. This is kind of what the underground is, but it's like this in every scene or music, movies, everything. It's what gets talked about the most and what's kind of cool. It just trends down to, I think people just go off the opinions and just word of mouth type of deal. So they're not talked about a lot. They hence don't get talked about a lot. As stupid as that fucking sounds, you know what I mean? So even because the people that kind of do like them don't bring them up. I was always the opposite. To be honest with you, I kind of want to. I'm more interested in the bands people aren't talking about. What are you talking about, J-Dog? You always talk about Cannibal Corpse. I just use those as examples because everyone knows. If I sit here and use Bird Flesh as an example, there's going to be a lot of people, oh, I don't even know what he's talking. So is that death metal? Like, they don't even know what I'm talking about. So I use an example of somebody that I'm a big fan of. And again, of course, they're the kind of the leaders of the fucking pack. Got to start somewhere. First band I heard. So yeah, I use them. And at least even if you don't like them, you know who the fuck they are. So that's the only reason I use those is that for that reason. But anyways, what the fuck do you say about Bird Flesh? Yeah, they're fucking great. You think they fit the bill, even though they wear crazy costumes and are all kind of a silly band. I agree with you that Grower rules. Listen to the America Must Be Destroyed album. They got the title right. That's for goddamn fucking sure. Um, yeah, I do because Birdflesh's whole thing is um being goofy and funny, and also I don't know if you caught onto it. It's also partially ripping on the fucking Cavalt tough guys, Cavalt black metal tough guys. Songs like "The Gay and the Demon" off is that off of the Night of the Ultimate Mosh, I believe it's on. Is that off on that one, or is that but yeah, you know the song I'm talking about too. It's about fucking black metal guys and just how it's just fucking bunch of silly nonsense, just like Ghoul was ripping on too. Forbidden Crypts on the second album Maniacs, like Ghoul. So read the lyrics. Fucking all about the Lords of Chaos. It's all a bunch of fucking pansies. You know what I mean? And that's what I stumbled across that too. And again, I like some black metal, but again, I was noticing, especially as I hit about age 20, 21, 22, a lot of these so-called evil fucking just cabal as fuck black metal guys. I'm like, these are the biggest bunch of fucking pussies I've ever goddamn met. Cavalt and dark and goddamn tough my ass. And then it's got Ultra Proof. I'm not going to throw any names out there when the fucking shutdown whip fit shit happened. Those motherfuckers were hiding behind mommy's skirts. The ones that I knew. Oh, dude, you guys are sitting there singing about the plagues and fucking Armageddon finally comes and end of the world and extinction of mankind. And you're a little fucking virus hits and you're fucking hiding behind mama's fucking skirt. Pussies. So that was my experience with them, and that's why I always thought like the Ghoul and shit, the Bird Flesh was funny. So yeah, Bird Flesh fits the bill in the sense that because it's supposed to be a fucking joke. Ra- Rabin Rendon, question for J Dog. So there's rumors circulating around that Millie Petroza is gay? Question mark. Is he? No, I haven't heard that. Didn't hear it, nor do I care. No, not that I actually give a flying fig, but I'm still surprised. This doesn't change how I feel about creator of Pledge to Kill. Did you know about this? No, man. Girl gossip like that, I kind of stay out of. You know what I mean? I wasn't concerned about his availability, and I'm not gay, so it makes zero difference on me. So, Little Over 90. Well, nerds are obsessive collectors, so that can only be a good thing for HH and other labels / district bottom line, right? Don't disagree on that. Do not disagree with that. Mike Violet again. Mike J Dog Devil's question: thoughts on the relatively unmentioned band Bone Hunter? I saw that they are great black metal punk. Evil Triumphs again is especially a standout album. Yeah, they're on Hells. I think they're a pretty good band. I mean, I'm not going to say that I spin it regularly. I mean, do I listen to it more than Macabre? No, but I think it's pretty good shit as far as newer bands. Yep, check them out. I think they're might be for you, might not. It's in the middle. I think death metal guys can appreciate it. Black metal guys can appreciate it. Punkers, thrashers. So it's kind of down the middle. But I mean, a band like Evil Army or something, I prefer way more. I'm not saying they sound like Evil Army, but it sounds kind of punk and thrash. Pterodactyl back crying as usual. Human Brisket Devils. What are the next 5 albums off Hell's label or digital you plan to buy soon? Not really for fucking me now, is it? Here we go. Fucking Andriel Gabriel. Vocalist battle for J Dog. Ruben Rosas versus Wayne Canup. Who do you prefer and why? For me, Ruben. But the first thing I heard was Molesting the Decapitated, and then the stuff that Wayne sings on was on the 138. He sings on just basically the demo, which is 3, right? 3 songs. And all 3 of those songs were on Molesting the Decapitated. So I like the Molesting version better. And then doesn't he sing on Baby Killer? Ruben's on that one. His voice on that is pretty fucking awesome too. But for me, Ruben, because that's the first, like I said, Molesting is what I like the most. But I like the 138 disc too. I mean, well, it's the same goddamn shit. But the song Baby Killer I thought was really good. After that, I stopped paying attention. Did they break up for a brief time and then came back? Or did they not break up at all? I thought before they put out their next album, which was the very next one? Was it the very next one, Butcher the Week? So did they break up prior to that? I could be wrong on that, but I thought that they did for like maybe 2 years or something. And they came back. Everything else post, I'm just like, whatever. But again, like I said, I said that recently. I listened to their last album a few months ago, and I didn't pick it up. But if there was like a rare colored vinyl or something, I was like, this is actually pretty good. And it was Ruben singing on as well, and his voice was still pretty reminiscent to Blessing Decapitated. Um, so I thought it was pretty good. But again, like I said, for that style of music, I don't need 20 goddamn albums. So it's kind of like, if I'm going to listen to this, I'll probably just listen to Molesting. So didn't like run out to go get it. But I definitely didn't think it sucked either. And I remember it being an upgrade from some of the like Unleashing the Carnivore and shit like that. Like I have a picture disc of that. I haven't listened to it in years, but I remember when I heard it, I'm like, not that great. What was that, Conceived in Sewage or whatever? I remember not really liking that. I'm just like, this kind of just sounds like a modern, brutal death metal record. Definitely lost the goddamn magic. I'm just going off memory. I've listened to these like once, but I've never heard anything that I thought was terrible. I'm just like, all the magic's gone. I was like, all the magic's just on goddamn Molesting. I was like, after that, it's just kind of like, just here's just another brutal death metal record. It's like, all right, kind of heard this a million times. Don't really fucking care. That did the deal. So I have to go Ruben because of the first album. That's what I heard first. That's what I like most. That's what if I'm going to listen to Environment, that's what the fuck I'm listening to. I'm supposed to, you know, the morning. Later, goddamn it.